We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock in a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Hi Divas, it's me, Tia Kofi, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Final FronTia. Now on this week's episode, we have an icon from RuPaul's Drag Race US. Baby, pour a glass, feast your eyes on the bonny lass. It is Rosé. This is the start of the podcast. No, this is genuinely how it's starting. Like there's a title sequence and then I just start talking. Hi, how are you?
I'm fab. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
You've obviously been in the UK for a while, but welcome to my living room.
I love it. It's so chic.
It's very spacious.
Yeah, it is very spacious.
Yeah, there's just a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
And no furniture. How was your drag con?
It was fab. I love DragCon, especially DragCon UK. The people are so lovely. Everyone's really respectful. It's always nice to feel, appreciated. So it was really, I'm so glad I came over.
I'm glad you did as well. We get to have these moments together in my home.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This worked out perfectly.
No, it really has.
And your house really is to die for.
It's just a vacuous space of nothing. So we actually had our seasons airing at the same time, which was during the pandemic. And I have to fully confess that during the time both of our seasons were airing, I was like, oh yeah, the US series is the real one. And then our UK one is cute. We tried. That's nice. And then it came to the finale where I'm telling you this like I didn't tell it to you 45 seconds before we started recording. And then it came to the finale where you, in full Scottish accent, mentioned Ellie Diamond and Rue mentioned Lawrence Chaney. And I was like, baby, I made it. It felt like we were really acknowledged. So I appreciate that.
I mean, that is seriously a mentally ill standpoint because first of all, of all the franchises outside of the core US, the original, I think the UK has probably the biggest viewership and following. I know that people in the US really, really love the UK series. And if I remember correctly, especially because we were in the pandemic, you know, and everyone was just glued to their TVs because they had nothing to do. The season 2 of UK was absolutely legendary. I mean, all of you are still, well, obviously you, but everybody's working, everybody's famous. So yeah, and I mean, similarly to our season, I think we were lucky that we were on TV when that's all people had to entertain them.
Is that a reference?
To what? To our lives?
No, you said lucky. I was like,
oh yeah, T.
What? But
yeah.
Am I not the biggest Drag Race fan? Apparently,
I wasn't that lucky. I lost, but
you know what? I lost harder the first time. I placed 7th.
Yeah, but what a turnaround.
Listen, it had to be done. Who doesn't want a crown on a bowl cut? Come on. Would you ever return?
I would. I've thought about for a long time. Well, it's not that long. It's not been that long. I didn't really want to. My goal was I really don't want to go back. I mean, I'm quite sensitive, so it was really hard for me to go through all that, especially afterwards, just because the fans are but I love you, love the supportive ones. But I in the last year or two, I felt like my drag has I've worked really hard to take criticism and apply it and to just grow and learn as an artist, especially in drag. Because I was quite fresh. I was only 2 or 3 years in when I was on. How long had you been doing drag when you were first on?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it to see it, but I think I started dragging 2014. So I've been doing it for
I was
6 years.
2017. So yeah, that's like pretty normal, I think. That's not too long. But I felt like I feel like my drag has elevated, you know, and my artistry has like rounded out a bit to where I would like to go back. But then, you know, I got to that point and then I changed my mind again. And now my drag is like changing again. You know, I have a fucking mustache and I'm trying to incorporate that. So, I mean, if I go back, which I think I would love to, not like today, but like maybe in the next couple of years, I would really try to, well, first of all, I'm the kind of bitch, like I want to go to win, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not just trying to go for the airtime. Like I want a crown on my bokeh as well. But you know, I would look up to, you know, someone like Danny Beard who, and perhaps because I don't think we've had really any representation or at least prominent representation of, hairy drag on the US series.
No,
we definitely haven't had a winner. No. Outside of Monet Exchange, so
that's very true actually. Because on the international seasons, I feel like you get a little bit more. Because I think they had a bearded queen in the final of Italia.
Lena Galore is quite hairy.
Yes, you said Lena Galore, and instantly my brain just thought of all of her out of drag photos that she posts on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which, listen, I'm not saying I'm obsessed, but
I know we can be obsessed.
Okay, very attractive, very handsome young human.
Yeah, relatable. I'm a handsome woman for sure.
But that representation isn't there. I do feel like, don't sue me, World of Wonder, but I feel like you are right about there being almost more risks on the international seasons. Like someone like Danny Beard with the white face and the facial hair and all of that kind of thing.
Specifically the facial hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, there's more gender fuckery like outside of the US. And I think it's just, for some reason, what is palatable to the audience. But I think that we as in like the drag community, the drag industry, and specifically RuPaul's Drag Race, like we kind of decide what is palatable, of course, which makes perfect sense because in this day and age, you know, drag literally informs like worldwide fashion.
Oh yeah.
So, and other, you know, mediums of art as well. So yeah, I think when the time comes, it's just like with having trans contestants and now it being so normalized and having winners, like it should have always been the case. And thank God it is now. But I mean, drag exists in so many forms and it truly, you know, because it is all about defying gender, it has nothing to do with gender. So it shouldn't matter what physical characteristics come into play. I don't think there should be any limits.
No, not at all. I love that. That was really deep and profound. I appreciate
Well, let's cut because the rest is going to be garbage.
No, I feel like it should be, but we've covered the intellectual side of this now. Yeah. And now we just get into like wigs.
Yeah. Time for the rubbish.
Truly. Do you know what else we have in common other than airing during a pandemic is I started drag in a 3-piece live singing, not as good at live singing, but live singing vocalist group.
I don't think I realized that.
No, I think, and also too,
you probably talked about that on your first season.
Well, actually,
surely that's like quite or maybe I don't know.
I met you before either of us had been on the show because you came over and did a show at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I met all three of you and I went up to Laguna and I was like, I am actually in a live singing girl group as well. And she went, and then ignored me for the rest of the night. So that happened. But fun fact, 2 of us, me and Pixie Polite, have been on Drag Race, much like 2 of you have been on the show. And then the third one hasn't.
Yeah, and like fingers crossed one day.
I hope so. Do you think it's going to happen?
Yes, but I also don't understand why it hasn't happened. And I'm like such a you know, frontline soldier for Laguna. Like I'm her biggest fan, and I truly will plug her any chance I get. Laguna Blue, one of the most talented drag queens literally on the planet. I mean, maybe I have a theory that, you know, maybe just like Sasha Colby, Ru is saving her for like a season where they like really need to pop off. Because she can really do it all. Yeah. Her drag is so exquisite in really all facets. Well, maybe not all, but many.
I would agree with that. For her, obviously, my equivalent is Woe Adams, and I hope you get on, but I don't think you'd win. I'll be real. but no, like, honestly, seeing the 3 of you up there, I was like, I should immediately quit drag because my live singing trio can't really do harmonies. So, no, but like, it was amazing. And then obviously you got on the show and I was like, we've met. This is incredible. But the vocals, that's the one thing that I really took away, was like, you're giving it all these 3-part harmonies and all of that kind of thing. Your vocals are incredible.
Thank you. Stephanie's Child was sickening in its heyday. Like I know that, and you know, I'm not afraid to proudly say that, because no one else was like really hitting it like we were, especially with like the arrangements and the harmonies. That like kind of gave it like a different edge of like intelligent musicianship, because we all came from such a dense, you know, like classical training.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a godsend that we met each other at the time when we were all kind of starting up. I mean, we literally met when I was like just starting drag. So we formed the group like weeks after I had created Rosé.
Yeah.
So it really was I consider Stephanie's Child to be my first even personal era in drag. Like that was my whole personality. I think I started to find me once we started doing our own thing. So,
well, I mean, but even like the group took you internationally even before you'd been on Drag Race. So you'd already, that's quite incredible that your start in drag was already like, I'm getting on a flight to London.
Tell you what, it was lucky. It was lucky. I don't know if I would have had that same success and, you know, bounty of opportunities if it wasn't for meeting Jan and Laguna and starting our group. Because it was something different. Everybody loved it. You know, the talent was tangible and people, and what people really loved, I think, was outside of the music, was the friendship. Yeah. The relationship and the banter on stage, people just died for.
Funny.
Yeah. So, it was a great time.
You also gave a bit of camp, and I will say, I'm gonna challenge you on something that you said, because you said it was really lucky. And like, obviously with anything when it comes to like this industry and stuff, there is a little bit of like right place, right time, but like it does all come from your talent and your capabilities.
And hard work.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. For sure. But lucky to meet them, and lucky for it to happen when it did.
Yeah.
You know, because it could have very well, if we didn't band together, we would have instantly been rivals, because we were all kind of in a similar lane. And especially in the US, and especially in our drag community in New York, like we would have been vying for the same gigs. So being able to do them together was a really smart option and helped us rise together, you know. And 3's my favorite number. I love triangles. You know, I think checks and balances.
Yeah, I did not expect you to say I love triangles as
my favorite shape.
I've
and
never
3's my favorite number.
Why? Triangles are the strongest shape when it comes to like construction.
Exactly.
So if you're building a bridge, then you need a triangle. I've never thought about what my favorite shape is, and I'm going to think long.
I think it's a circle based on your wig hand.
I think it might be very that.
I love this wig. I was saying before we started filming, but I fucking love the way you look right now.
I look like just the concept of a mom, and I'm like really.
You know what you look like?
that.
You look like Miranda from Sex and the City.
Who is the best? Producer Poppy cackling in the corner. I'd like to focus on that now, because I believe that Miranda is the best one from Sex and the City, for the pure fact that she didn't take their shit.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. I mean, she's definitely a strong woman. I mean, everybody's always like, even years later, it's like, are you a Carrie? Are you a Samantha? Like, what are you?
I'm such a Charlotte.
You're a Charlotte?
I'm a big Charlotte. I'm like extremely neurotic, very much like, I like to give it like, I was raised with like Catholic virtues as a Victorian child.
Were you?
No. But I like to give that energy. No, I feel like I am Charlotte. I've got like the wide-eyed neuroticism.
Okay, love that.
Which one are you? Would you say?
I am like dead on. Well, not dead on. I'm a Samantha, but I carry rising. But I have bits of all of them. You know, like I'm kind of drawn to like love in a hopeless romantic way, like Charlotte. And then I think we're all Miranda.
I think everyone should aspire.
I mean, Miranda's.
She is. Yeah. Underappreciated though. I feel like it was
underappreciated, but look what she's up against. You know, these are for like Titan women who like really, I don't know, defined what was cool and made like stereotypes real in the 90s, which we love.
That was the era of that kind of television. Because I've got on this like whole train of like at bedtime, I'll rewatch Friends.
Mm-hmm. That's your like go-to show.
Yeah, my like sleepy show. And like sometimes I've just eyes closed listening to what's happening, and I'm like, it's only Phoebe. Like everyone else, like Joey's just like having a lot of like comments that are non-consensual.
Yeah.
Chandler's deeply problematic in his feelings about things. Ross is a controlling and coercive narcissist. Like, no one's addressed.
You've thought about this. This is like an
deeply.
essay you've written.
Yeah, that's why I brought you here today,
This is your
because I wanted to
dissertation.
tell you about Friends. Like, Monica's got her own unaddressed mental health issues when it comes to like OCD and all of that kind of thing.
Well, it was the 90s. We weren't talking about that stuff yet.
Exactly. And Rachel's like, she's all right, I guess.
Are you kidding? Rachel's the best one.
But
Rachel's America's sweetheart.
by process of elimination, Rachel was the best one because she had like camp hair. Like,
Okay, T.
I'm not sure. I genuinely believe that Phoebe was the best one.
Phoebe is like iconic. And I feel like, well, I mean, Jennifer Aniston is like, always Jennifer Aniston. She's like Cher. She'll never die. But like, I feel like Phoebe's characterization and her sense of humor has kind of like transcended from era to era. Kind of like Madonna.
Yeah.
Like she's always growing and changing and like appreciated for exactly what she does. Has parts written for her, I'm sure.
I think now you said that, I'd like to see Lisa Kudrow as a guest judge on Drag Race.
Oh my God. I mean, any of
Perfect.
them, to be honest. But but yes, that would be incredible. Or like for a comedy challenge.
Yeah, like they do a sitcom acting challenge.
A sitcom, yeah, would be good.
I do feel like, and I don't know if you agree with this, I feel like after you've been on the show, suddenly I exist in an era where I'm like, why haven't they hired me to be the challenge producer? Or like, get me to be a story producer. And I'll sit here and say, use the present tense in your answers, but tell me about your sadness.
I would literally love to go back and like, and be the like someone for like a musical challenge, or like a one of the verse, like, I am Pussy and my name is, like, I would love to go back and like work with Leland and do something like that. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm famous enough for that.
Oh no, you have to, like, at this point, like, people are coming back for, I was watching Drag Race UK the other day and they had like Michael Maruli and Ella Vidae back in for the roast challenge. And I was like, bring me back in. I'll do the choreography.
Well, we should be fine.
Famous dancer Tia Kofi. I'll come in and do a bit of choreo for them. No, I think that'd be iconic if you did sort of go back. I want to write something for them.
Like what?
Like I want to write the Rusical.
Oh, yeah.
And turn up and be like, that bit where Alyssa Edwards turns around and she's like choreographing.
So that's exactly what I saw in my head when I was just talking about like being there for a Rusical. Was the Alyssa? I think it was an All Stars. I don't know which one it was. Or maybe it wasn't an All Stars.
No, it wasn't. It was because then in the Drag Race superfan, then in the Untucked, Raja O'Hara pops off at Plastique because she got a video message from her boyfriend and her drag mother Alyssa was there.
So it was season 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was a fierce Untucked. That was a good time. No, but that's when Alyssa came back. I think you should go back. Maybe it's a girl group challenge. Maybe you and Jan can
that would be amazing. I would love to do a girl group challenge. I mean, we know everything about girl groups.
For sure.
Especially in drag.
Did your season have a girl group?
Mm-mm.
No, you didn't. Well, you had the
We
iconic...
did like the end, like Lucky felt kind of like a girl group because it was like small and like it felt like that. But it wasn't like, nothing was labeled as like a girl group.
At the start,
like
you had the giant girl groups where it's just half the cast.
But you guys on season 2 of UK, you did have girl groups because that's where we got UK Hun.
Yes.
Right?
I was in the bottom 2 of that episode.
I'm so sorry for bringing it up.
No, don't worry about it. I maintain to this day I had the second best verse and I don't care what anyone says.
There you go. Can't
dance, dressed as an ice cream cone, but the lyrics were very good. You had the first episode where you got to write your own bits and that was the first time we were like, oh, we're referencing Scottish heritage here.
Right out the gate. I really leaned hard into being like Scottish when I was on Drag Race. I think I just was dying for ways to stand out because on the American season, that was a way to stand out. And it was smart because it really kind of united and ignited my UK fan base. And I feel like I really do have that over here, especially in Scotland, and especially in the Glasgow area. People go hard for me, which is really nice. I would really love to do a show with Lawrence. We talk about it all the time.
That would be fun.
I mean, we could get all the Scottish girls, but I mean, I think me and Lawrence as doing a duo show would be so funny.
I would definitely come and see that.
Iron Brew and Diet Iron Brew.
That would be fierce. I was actually quite obsessed with because it was that COVID time. I remember both of the girl groups that you did because it was a split premiere, right? So you had Phenomenon.
For fuck's sake, was it a split premiere? Yeah, it was the most controversial premiere of all time when they fucking, went through the scapes of hell to fucking eliminate half the cast.
Yeah, that was wild.
It's terrible.
It was
So scarring.
really wild behavior. But I was quite obsessed with your group song. And I just...
Oh, we killed it because we had a vengeance. And we were good. But,
yeah.
But yeah, we were
distinct,
pissed.
Distinct memory of you doing like a particular dance move involving arms and a box step or something.
Used to love her. Used to love her. We used to choreograph that into every fucking weekly, nightly show in New York City. That was like one of these.
Yeah, very that. I know that was pretty iconic. And the other group was that Congratulations with the balloons.
Yeah, not nearly as good.
No, but I did during that time. Sorry, me just fully being like, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. But I once got a cameo back when I was on Cameo where someone asked me to perform the entirety of Congratulations. And I'm not joking. I did it without a lyric in front of me.
But you knew
word
it.
for word. Yes.
That's the pandemic.
It was. We had a lot of time
on
on
the
our
telly, like down.
I censored one word because I was Victoria Scone's my drag daughter, so...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Victoria looked incredible at DragCon.
Oh, she's really like going for the lesbian chic moment and the vibe.
I mean, so are you. Runs in the family base.
Drag mother. And then Victoria's drag child is Marmalade, who was on the recent series, where I don't think anyone...
Who you just had on the pod, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But people do not understand how this family dynamic works. They're like, the skinny fashion one, Victoria has good looks. And Tia is...
Bitch, don't dog on yourself, because again, I'm obsessed with the Miranda moment happening now. I walked in here and I was like, oh, we're giving fashion today.
I'm gonna convince the drag family all to do a bowl cut photo shoot.
I love a bowl cut.
Do you just have sort of like the drag sisters, or do you have like...
I don't have kids. I belong to a really big drag family in New York because all of my family keeps fucking having kids. So like there's millions of us and the group chat is like wild.
You have a family group chat?
Yeah, of course we do. And we support each other. We say happy birthday, and we also, we use it to help promote ourselves and say, hey girlies, can you like post this, or like here I'm doing the show, like can you come? Can you guys, yeah, but we're the Cars. My drag mom, Keisha Carr, is yeah.
That's a great name.
She is one of the, she's pretty legendary in New York City. She's doing drag for years, and she's from Oklahoma originally, which is where I met her back in 2011, long before I was doing drag. But I think she calls herself the grandmother, or the mother, the mother of Manhattan drag. And she just has, she's been around for a while. She's got really solid gigs that are like I think one of them is she's been doing for 10 years, and it's always packed. It's like a fab time. Yeah, she does everything. She's like, She makes all of her own looks. She's like really experimental and really talented with makeup. The bitch can sing. She was on Broadway. She was in the Book of Mormon for years. So an actor has been on like TV series. And she's bearded, which like when she started doing that a few years back, it wasn't as, like I was saying earlier, it wasn't as cool. It wasn't as accepted. It was really punk. It still is, but she's a pioneer, and I'm really proud to be her daughter. When I started doing drag, she was my friend, but I sought her out immediately. Actually, before I started doing drag, I went out to lunch with her in our neighborhood in Harlem. We're neighbors, and I told her, I was like, I think I want to do drag. What do you think? And I think she told me to not do it.
That's classic advice.
Yeah, I should have listened, but I didn't.
I feel like now there's going to be some producer somewhere who's going to watch that, and now she's going to be in the bottom two against Laguna in a future season. It's inevitable now.
Yeah, probably. And so Laguna is in that family as well. Ooh. Because Laguna is Britta Filter's drag daughter, and Britta is my sister.
Oh my God, I see.
So there's like,
like
classically there were like 3 or 4 of us, like before the family exploded. Now I think Keisha has like 5 maybe daughters, but everyone has kids. So yeah.
When Victoria was on this podcast, we made our editor Richard do a fully animated family tree, which I think Richard found very annoying. But if you could now just talk us through the drag family again, so that Richard can do an animated version of your family tree.
I couldn't even do the breakdown. Like if it was a tree, it would be one of those fucking giant redwoods. There's so many people. I don't even understand the lineage. I just know that I'm somewhere underneath Keisha near the top. So,
and then there are second cousins somewhere.
Yeah, tons.
And you're all in a WhatsApp group?
Yeah, well, in the US, it's just a text. But yeah.
Do you not have WhatsApp?
We have WhatsApp. We don't really use WhatsApp in the States. Like, it's not like in my phone, I'm like super organized and like all my apps are like in like we folders. My WhatsApp is in like a thing called alternative text.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I use it when I come over here.
Yeah.
Or when I travel internationally or when I'm speaking with family, that's in Scotland. But
That's wild to me about the whole WhatsApp thing. And it's just made me think, like, at the time that this podcast is airing, maybe you don't have TikTok anymore. Who knows what's happening with that situation?
I know. I saw Orville Peck was posting hilarious last night. It was saying like, it was like some meme or some video, commenting on how every musician, every musical artist is like, their reps, their label is like, oh, so you don't have to make TikToks anymore. And we're all like, yeah, because TikTok is fun. But I'm just a bit too old to like really love it. If I was 10 years younger, I think I would slay TikTok, but it's just so much fucking work to make all these videos all the time. I'm more of like I'm such an Instagram girly.
For sure. I'm older than you, so I'm in a harder situation. I am, according to Wikipedia, 34.
According to Wikipedia?
Yeah, I'm actually 35.
I'm 35, babes.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you seem and look younger than me. Which
I don't think so.
No, for sure.
No, I think we're both like a fair 35.
No,
I mean, I looked like 28 maybe.
Yeah.
But so do you.
No, genuinely, I was like, you must be 28.
No, I'm just immature and love Botox.
Producer Poppy's 21, baby.
21?
Yeah.
Oh my God, child, you don't give that at all. I've talked to you like maybe for like 3 minutes and you seem like really mature and like...
Grown. She seems grown, but she is a baby. And that's why the TikTok for this podcast actually makes sense, because it is run by a child.
LOL. It's so crazy that it might get banned.
Yeah.
But that's like the least of our worries. It's so crazy that anything's about to happen.
Listen.
The Gulf of America, for example.
Yeah, Canada's going to be the 51st state. Something about Greenland. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no one does.
Happened.
I think I know that what it comes down to is just the division class and the power of wealth in the world, but in the States. And as that gap like grows, it's just, life is being set up for wealthy people and wealthy people only, to the point at which it's like it's really interfering with, it's taking over politics. So it's disgusting, and it's a dangerous and scary time. But we just have to we have to stand up taller and be louder and prouder than ever, because if we don't, then that's what they want in the first place, and we just can't submit to that. But
for sure. And I think I would also...
Scary times.
It's really scary. But also like that division like pushes people, polarizes people even more. Like I remember when people like didn't care. So this sounds like I'm being like really controversial. You should care about things. Things are important. But like when people were unbothered by things, if someone said my pronouns are they, them, the majority of people would not be bothered by it. And now suddenly you're either like, that's an affront to my character that you believe in this. People have become so polarized. Most people didn't used to care. They would just go, oh, okay, and continue to accept a person for who they were.
Yeah.
Whereas now anyone's existence can like anger. How did we get here? I
think that like the human lifespan, this is so like, I just thought of this and I'm like, girl, you need to fucking calm down. But I think that the human lifespan is too, it's not long enough for people to accept that we evolve constantly.
Yeah.
And so people cling on to what came before us and the rules that were set by, I don't know, some fucking asshole some time ago, eons ago. And it's, the reality is we're always growing and changing, and, gender specifically that we're talking about is evolving. And people just don't want to accept that things can be different, and they want to, I think it's all based in fear. People fear change, and the people who are the happiest and the freest and the most one with themselves are the people who allow themselves to change. So that's a huge, that happiness, that joy is a huge threat to anyone clinging to the past and to ideals that like aren't even fucking real, because nothing matters. Nothing is real, and we're all gonna die.
Yeah. That's the only fact, really.
I mean, yeah, we're making all this up. I mean, look at you. You look crazy.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. But I think that is one of the things that like drag unlocks for me personally, and it also means it's one of the things that I struggle with when it comes to sort of like observing drag, is that like, do you know that there's this one, me being a Drag Race fan again, there's this one bit where Roxy Andrews gets really angry on a season against Jinx Monsoon, and it's like, drag is very serious for me. I take it very seriously, and like my brain is like, I know what you're saying, but also why? Like nothing, I just, in my head, nothing is that deep that it should offend or upset someone to that extent. Like Jinx had bad wigs. Why does that upset you?
Mm-hmm. I think that social media is a huge contender to all of this, this uprising of like disagreement, because everything is so visible, and we're seeing things and being held accountable for seeing things and knowing things that in the past you would never know.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be held accountable to know. But the fact is, you know, it's like everybody's life, everybody's experience, and then even falsehoods like due to AI and just other conspiracies. You know, we're being fed information constantly. And I think that, you know, Drag Race, I think, is a huge, it's amazing. And I'm so grateful and commend RuPaul for creating this giant platform for us. But the visibility of drag all over the world is lending to the transphobia all over the world. And especially, I can speak for the US, you know, it's just, it's become cool to do drag. And and you know, kids are coming out at a really young age, as trans as well.
Yeah.
Which is gorgeous. But, you know, conservative people absolutely disagree, and the fact that they can see it and they're being fed it and it's a threat to their children, or so they think, so they see. I think that's just one of the reasons we're in such a mess. But there's nothing we can really do about that, right? Because that's evolution, that's technology.
Yeah, that's it. News used to have to be like reported, have verified sources, and go to print the next morning, and you'd read it.
News
on paper.
now, history books, like we can't, especially because, you know, book bans. Like we're going backwards in time.
Yeah,
it's the credibility of information is it's hard to come by. It's dangerous. It's scary.
It's really dangerous. There's no fact checking. You don't know what anyone's talking about, and that's really, really, really scary. Yeah, God, that's really like made me a little bit emotional. And what else makes me really emotional is the beautiful single that you released recently. I just realized we haven't mentioned any.
I know, we're like deep in the fucking trenches, Gorge. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I need a coffee. What the fuck is wrong with me? Jesus. Okay. Anyway, love music, love art.
No, but I really do. You've literally got like such a gorgeous singing voice.
Thank you so much.
At the time of recording, wait, your EP is out at the time that this is released?
Yeah, the EP will come out this week by the time this comes out, and the single has been out. It comes out tomorrow, so it'll have been out for a few weeks.
Okay, well,
and like as of the single, that's like the dawn of like a new musical era for me. So
okay, what's the vibe? Which when you're watching this, I will know what the vibe is from listening myself because I'm supportive. At this point, I don't know. What's the vibe? What's the energy?
So, you know, I've released my newest single, No Practice, a few weeks ago, and the response has been lovely. But it's, I just have kind of decided that my drag I felt disconnected from it. My artistry didn't feel unanimous, and it was making me really unhappy. And so I took some time off, took some time away, and, you know, grew a mustache and like fucked around and found out that I, you know, really desired to go back to, and found a lot of strength in my creativity, in going back to my roots as a musician.
Yeah.
And when I think about that, it's so simple because, you know, I've done this and that with my life and my career, and a lot of it has been a surprise, like drag. Even though it's like no surprise that I grew up and wanted to dress up like a girl for a living. But, you know, I always wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to be a pop star when I was a kid. So this just makes sense. And in creating music, I've found a lot of happiness again. And so in that process, I discovered that it doesn't necessarily, well, I'll never quit drag. It doesn't have to be tied to drag. Not everything I do needs to be tied to drag. And Rosé is you know, multidimensional. So you know, right now with this project, this body of work, I'm just playing with being me, kind of stripped down, being this for the first time in a long time, and it's really healing. This music is very honest and very vulnerable. It is kind of like a blend of R&B, folk, and country. So my debut EP comes out shortly, February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's called Oh Boy, and I'm really proud of it. I've worked so hard on it. I spent a lot of the last 6-8 months creating this stuff and preparing all the content, and it's so exciting to be releasing it now. It feels so gorgeous, and I'm really happy doing it. And there's even more coming. There's more music coming, this year from all directions, and I want to keep that up because I just feel so complete when I'm leaning into my artistry as a musician. But yeah, I hope that people enjoy this as much as I do. It is, what I keep hearing from people who have heard it that I've shown are like, this is not drag music. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just music. And I think that there is, drag music has kind of become its own genre, which I absolutely love and adore. And I have some other stuff coming out soon that is leaning more in the direction of that kind of fun, fun Kim Petras pop, that kind of is adjacent to what a lot of drag artists release as musicians.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of this work, and I'm so excited to share a side of myself that I've kind of kept or didn't even know was waiting to be released within me.
Yeah. No, I love that. I feel like aside from, obviously, we're all going to be enjoying the music and everything that goes with it, I think that's a really important message to sort of take that time for reflection and put that kind of honesty into the world. That's really nice to hear.
I had to do it. I was so depressed. I had to take a step back because the work I was just, nothing was making sense. I was showing up to gigs because they were on the calendar, and because I needed the money, and I didn't understand why I was dressing the way I was dressing, what my drag was supposed to look like, what my style was. And this is stuff that I've been searching for years and kind of playing with and getting better at, but it wasn't until I kind of took it all off and put my focus elsewhere that I kind of started to understand what my drag really is and what drag really means. Because, drag is not just crossing over to an opposite gender. As much as gender is a construct and an open playing field, so is drag. Drag, as RuPaul says, it's just what we put on. So yeah, this is what I'm deciding to put on right now, and it feels like it fits.
That's so lovely. I feel proud of you for having that experience and being able to have that bravery. Why have we suddenly? I feel like I'm Kelly Clarkson on the Kelly Clarkson show.
You're Drew Barrymore. You get on your knees and hold my hands and we cry.
But
and then you bring out Glinda's original wand.
Yeah, from the Smithsonian. I do think that's incredibly honest and extremely real, and I applaud you for that, because it's one of the things that I have a bit of a gripe with in terms of the drag world is I find it really, really difficult not to be completely honest. And sometimes that comes across, people don't love that if I'm on a podcast and I go, actually I'm really depressed because all the fans keep telling me I should die because Marina didn't win. People don't like that. People sometimes want us to be yes, hunty, high pony, whip. And no, I just love the fact that you are writing something that's truthful and honest and real for you.
Like I said, it gets to, I completely agree with you. And I too have to reel in sometimes because no one wants to fucking listen to someone fucking talk about how sad they are, or what they've the hardships of their life, especially because drag is such an escape.
Yeah.
And it brings people so much joy for the reason that it is so silly and fun and just bountiful in its I don't know, creativity. But the reality is life is life. And if we don't talk about it, then we're just pretending that it isn't. So there are times and places for things, but this is my time and place to talk about my truth and what I've been through. What I've really been through.
It is, and I'm excited to hear that. And we have come to the end because producer Poppy is lurking. But at the end of the podcast, we like to reenact a scene, and producer Poppy will have chosen that from something we've spoken about. Now, usually on the podcast, we speak about TV shows and films and stuff, but we've almost exclusively spoken about
life
politics and our emotions.
Sorry, I'm so serious. For fuck's sake, it's a good chat though.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I really love it because it sort of breaks up everyone being my favorite Doctor is David Tennant. That was a Doctor Who reference. Producer Poppy, what have you chosen for us this afternoon?
Chose a Phoebe and Rachel scene.
Okay.
Phoebe and Rachel is kind
of a bit of Friends. I feel like it's very natural that Rachel's the sort of like pretty sort of popular one and Phoebe's like the quirky weirdo. So I'm obviously Rachel.
I knew you were going to say that.
Do you want to be Rachel and I'll be Phoebe? Or
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And now, scene.
Hi, it's Rachel.
And
Phoebes.
please
Leave.
leave.
But I just said leave.
Yeah, I know, because you get all the good words. What do I get? I get it's and oh, and I'm sorry, I have a. Forget it. What does that even mean? I did that so badly.
Oh, Phoebe, come on. That's silly.
All right, so let's switch.
No, I have all the good words. Okay, fine. We can switch, okay?
Okay. Hi,
Everybody,
it's
Rachel
and
Phoebe.
please. Wait, how did you do that? Wait, oh, you're no ordinary roommate, are you?
You're not my mum.
Yes, I am! dun, 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 dun. Weird scene, puppy. Weird scene, Mike.
No, I love it. Great choice.
I feel like it's yeah, we could have done a more iconic friend scene, but I like that we were quirky.
No, it was great. We ate that.
Don't apologize. If you've heard anything today, is that we should be real and honest with our feelings and emotions. Bury that. Oh, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have you got anything else coming up that you want to mention?
I mean, just keep your eyes and ears peeled for the music. Like I said, I'm coming at you guys from all directions. It's like brought me so much joy, and I hope that it brings other people joy as well. So let's fucking party. Let's dance.
That's the end.
Let's wear bowl cuts.